will confuse them to come to the market.
Congratulations to the media. You have done incredible work.
And then it will show you what it does.
The Senate observed that PPP has consistently engaged in underhanding.
Position, you don't hey, we'll get to go for Africa.
When your brother is producing something and you patronizing your brother.
Listen to Planet's 101.1 FM news at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. with our news in special English at 2:30 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Planet Radio 101.1 FM, revolving around you.
It's the news at noon. In the news, President Bola Tinubu commences inauguration of 45 ministers-designate. Akwa State Governor Pastor Umo Eno pledges to establish model primary health care center in Urue, Offong, Oruko Local government area. Chapter executive officers of PDP and Nung Ward 1 executive members in Okobo Local government area refutes alleged suspension of immediate past Deputy Speaker of the State Assembly, Princess Felicia Bassey, and other party officers. On the foreign scene, China cuts key interest rate to support economy. In sports, Novak Djokovic beats Alcaraz to win Cincinnati Open. Details coming up shortly. Good afternoon. Welcome to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo. I am Davina Praise Omang. Our first report this afternoon is that Akwa State Governor Pastor Umo Eno has pledged to establish a model primary health care center in Offong, Uruko Local government area. The state governor, who stated this while addressing the congregation at Methodist Church Nigeria, a ULAW circuit headquarters, Diocese of Oyubia in Offong, Oruko Local government area, where he attended a church service, explained that the Arise Agenda blueprint of his administration, which takes development to the grassroots, seeks to better the lots of rural dwellers with quality infrastructure through the provision of conducive learning environment, excellent healthcare delivery systems, electricity, roads, affordable housing schemes, among others. Governor Eno hinted that his administration is building model primary healthcare centers across the state to complement the services provided by the secondary healthcare institutions built by the immediate past administration, explaining that primary healthcare centers cannot be dispensed with due to the services it renders to the people, being the first port of call for medical attention for the rural dwellers.
Primary healthcare centers so that we can link up with the secondary healthcare facilities that was done by the last administration. And I've discussed with the leaders here and I've been told that what you need right now, apart from the road, is that primary healthcare center. So I'll please ask that you show us the venue. Either you show us the one that you have that is dilapidated and we can bring it down and put a new one, or you give us a new place altogether where you want it to be sited. The next 2-3 months, and then we'll put up a brand new primary healthcare center for the local government. What?
According to him, he has consulted stakeholders of the area and they decided on the primary healthcare center as a basic need of the community along with access roads. The governor was, however, categorical on the payment of compensation, saying that the land donated will not attract compensation since government is bringing development to the area, but assured that a new structure would be erected within 3 months. On the palliatives to cushion effects of fuel subsidy removal, Governor Eno said that he is awaiting the report of the special committee set up by the state government to work out modalities for the palliative distribution and informed the people that he is concerned with delivering the palliatives to the vulnerable people who have need for those items. The state chief executive confirmed that the state government has taken delivery of 3,000 bags of rice and 2 billion naira, being the first tranche of the 5 billion naira announced by the federal government. He informed the people that the palliatives would be delivered to designate gazetted villages through their respective local government areas with names of recipients, items and quantity published for transparency and accountability.
Do is to adopt a method where these palliatives will get to the real people in the grassroots. And what we're thinking is that we will distribute it village by village so that every village will have something. If we don't have a better idea than that, we'll adopt that so that we send the palliatives to the local government and we'll tell the village chairman or the village head. But we have decided to be very open about these things. So the palliative must not end in Uyo, must not end in local government, must find its way to the villages so that the villagers can benefit, no matter how small.
Speaking further, the governor said that his worshipping at Offong, Oruko Local Government area was a way of appreciating the people for the support given him, which saw to his emergence as governor of the state during the last general elections, and particularly thanked stakeholders and people of the area for being the first in the state to openly endorse his candidacy for the gubernatorial elections. Government House correspondent Jane Uwa reports that the governor said his decision to worship in churches outside Uyo, the state capital, is to identify with the people using the church as points of contact, noting that he is determined to touch the lives of the people in each of the local government areas. In politics, the chapter executive officers of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and that of Nung Ward 1 executive members, all in Okobo Local Government area of Akwa State, says their attention has been drawn to a purported suspension of the immediate past Deputy Speaker of the Akwa State House of Assembly and Okobo substantive political leader, Princess Felicia Bassey. State officer of the party, Mary Unongene, acting PDP chapter chairman, Mary Simon, and some ward executive members of Nung Ward 1, including ward chairman Elder Imo Efionokbo, deputy ward chairman Imabong Obo, ward secretary Christian Titus Martins, and women leader Patricia Silas Akwa. In a release made available to Planet News, the people said that ordinarily they would have dismissed the said trending communique, but for the purpose of recording the interest of the people, stressing that the said suspension is ill-advised and miscalculated, and a failed attempt by some desperados who had since lost touch with the PDP in Okobo and are now on a wild goose chase. They observed that the chapter executive has a total of 18 officers and 12 out of them had earlier on 12th of July 2023 passed a vote of no confidence on the chapter chairman Edel Upong Efyong, and that suspension order still subsists, noting that unanimously supporting the suspension were all PDP ward executive members across the 10 wards of Okobo Local Government area, as the state leadership of the party was accordingly served the notice. They therefore wondered why a suspended chapter chairman, whose matter is still pending in court, would defiantly contemn the court in a matter that is sub judice, and went ahead with his followers in an ill-advised attempt to commit more infractions on the law and infringement on the rights of law-abiding members of the party in Okobo. He noted that to further show the desperation of the suspended chapter chairman, it was observed that the letter-headed paper used in alleged communique is that of the personal office of the embattled chapter chairman, not the official letterhead of the People's Democratic Party Okobo Local government area. Stressing that a member in the camp of the suspended chapter chairman, Ukbong, has confessed that they are misled and their signatures forged to realize his ulterior motives. According to the release, Princess Felicia Bassey is of Wofi Ward 1 in Okobo Local government area, stressing that except proven otherwise by any verifiable record, she has never in the past 2 decades contravened any established laws, principles or directives of the People's Democratic Party. Rather, through the support of committed and loyal members of the party in Okobo, she has worked to sustain the party and effectively align it in total submission to the workings and aspirations of the party at the state level and nationally. It stressed that it was therefore a failed attempt to mock logic and intelligence for any war to jump the gun, expropriate power, or flaunt claims of having the power to suspend a member of another ward. They noted that in the last 2023 general elections, the string Eded Efyong walked against the party, noting that it is evidently substantiated by stamped and published official results by INEC from various polling units in Nung Ward 1, where Edet Ukbong Efyong is from. The release stressed that, for instance, in the state constituency election, Unit 009 for Village Square, Ikod Odiong, APC, which Edel Ukbong Efyong reportedly worked for, scored 84 votes, while PDP, he then claimed to be chapter chairman, scored 22. In the governorship election, Unit 010, Village Square, Ikoru Kokun, APC scored 35, while PDP scored 31. In the same polling unit for state constituency election, APC scored 92 against the dismal 18 recorded by PDP. In Unit 011, Village Square Atai, APC recorded 73, while PDP had 15, stressing that it was an open secret where Edet Ukbong Efyong belonged and still belongs. To this end, the chapter executive officers of People Democratic Party (PDP) and that of Nung Ward 1 executive members, all in Okobo Local area, Akwa Ibom State, vowed not to fold their arms for any reason to watch anyone who had been fighting against the progress of the PDP in Okobo succeed at pulling down the party, especially in this strategic period of consolidation of gains already made by the party and strengthening the structures for the future. The release once again stressed that Edet Ukbong Efyong stands suspended as Okobo chapter chairman of PDP pending determination of the suit in the court, adding that as such his communique remains a badly written piece of fiction. Meanwhile, those who signed the release include Mary Simon, Okobo PDP acting chapter chairman, Louis Edet Enemi, Okobo PDP chapter secretary, Barrister Peter Andem, Okobo chapter legal advisor, Maria Ekpenyong, chapter woman leader, Victoria Asanwa, chapter ex-officio, Oscar Itauso, chapter ex-officio, Comfort Okon Anwanakak, financial secretary, Elijah Anto, assistant chapter secretary, Elder Imo Efyongbo, Ward Chairman, Nung Ward 1, Imabon Bo, Vice Chairman, Nung Ward 1, Christian Titus Martin, Secretary, Nung Ward 1, Patricia Silas Akwa, Woman Leader, and Edet Efyong Asupo, Organizing Secretary, Nung Ward 1, among others. To the national scene now, where President Bola Tinubu has commenced the inauguration of 45 ministers-designate in Asu Villa. This comes less than a week after President Bola Tinubu released the portfolios for the appointees, including former Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike in charge of the Ministry of Federal Capital Territory (FCT) and Festus Keyamo manning the Ministry of Aviation. Some other ministers are Wale Edun, Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Adeboye Oyetola, Transportation, David Umahi, Works, Festus Keyamo, Aviation and Aerospace Development, and Beta Edu, Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. The Special Advisor to Tinubu on Media and Publicity, Aguri Ngilale, is currently reading the citation of the ministers, which would be followed by oath-taking. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has redeployed ex-governor of Osun State and minister-designate Adeboyega Oyetola from the Ministry of Transportation to the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. The president also redeployed another minister-designate, Abubakar Momo, from the Federal Ministry of Youth to the Federal Ministry of Niger Delta Development. A presidential spokesman, Urue Ngalale, in a statement said the changes take immediate effect. According to Ngalale, Tinubu also redeployed a minister-designate, Bumi Tunjiojo, to the Ministry of Interior, while Saidu Alkali was redeployed as Minister of Transportation. The statement added that both ministers of state in the oil and gas sector are now domiciled in the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources with the following designations: Senator Heineken Lokobiri, Minister of State Oil, Petroleum Resources, and Ekperikpe, Minister of State Gas, Petroleum Resources, stressing that the President has approved the renaming of the Federal Ministry of Environment and Ecological Management as the Federal Ministry of Environment. In health, the chairman, House of Representatives Committee on HIV and AIDS, Tuberculosis and Malaria, Amobi Oga, has urged the federal government to declare a state of emergency on malaria. Oga made the call in Abuja in a statement he issued to commemorate the 2023 World Mosquito Day. Oga stated that considering the threat malaria posed on humanity, his committee was not unmindful of the challenges faced by Nigerians and the fight against malaria, even as it seemingly continued to defy solutions. He stated also that the committee would work with relevant stakeholders to ensure that budgetary allocations for the fight against malaria were judiciously used. According to the World Health Organization, 4 African countries accounted for more than half of malaria deaths worldwide. He stated that Nigeria tops the list with 31.1%, followed by the Democratic Republic of the Congo with 12.6%, Tanzania with 4.1%, and Niger with 3.9%. In the meantime, the federal government has disclosed plans to establish satellite seed testing laboratories in the 36 states of the Federation to enhance farmers' access to quality and certified seeds with a view to increasing agricultural yields. The Director of Seeds Inspectorate, National Agricultural Seeds Council, Bulu Shule, said the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, was committed to ensuring that Nigerian farmers have access to and plant quality seeds that would give them the assurance of bumper harvest and huge earnings. Shule spoke in Ado-Ekiti during a sensitization workshop for stakeholders in the Southwest. He said farmers all over the country have to use certified seeds to increase their production per hectare by almost 60%. Shule also noted that the nation's gross domestic product would improve and in turn have a positive effect on the economy. You are listening to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo. Let's take a breather and then bring you more stories from our foreign, sports, and entertainment scenes. Do stay with us.
Healthy living begins with the choices one makes. Choosing to live healthy is the first step to healthy living. Join us Sundays 1:30 to 2 p.m. for Health Way. Awareness for healthy choices.
Many thanks for staying with us. On the foreign scene, China's central bank has cut a key interest rate in an attempt to counter the post-COVID growth slowdown in the world's second largest economy. Reports say that activity has been dragged down recently by uncertainty in the labor market and global economic sluggishness, weakening demand for Chinese goods. The People's Bank of China today cut the one-year loan prime rate, which serves as a benchmark for corporate loans, from 3.55% to 3.45%. However, the 5-year LPR, which is used to price mortgages, was held at 4.2%. The decision is intended to encourage commercial banks to grant more loans and at more advantageous rates. In sports, Novak Djokovic avenged his Wimbledon final defeat to Alcaraz by beating the Spaniard in just under 4 hours to win the Cincinnati Open. The Serb survived match point in the second set before going on to win 5-7, 7-6, 9-7, 7-6 and 7-4. Recall the top seed Alcaraz beats Djokovic in 5 sets in last month's Wimbledon final. Djokovic compared the draining win to his Australian Open final victory in 2012 when he defeated Nadal in 5 hours and 53 minutes. Reports say that despite the defeat, Alcaraz will keep the world number 1 ranking for his US Open title defense. Still in sports, Nigerian champions Enyimba FC has suffered a 4-3 loss at Libyan side Al Ali Benghazi in a 2023-2024 CAF Champions League preliminary round first leg clash. Striker Chijioke Mboma had put the People's Elephants ahead as early as the 3rd minute, but the lead could only last 5 minutes before the Libyans got an equalizer. Left back Imo Bod diverted a cross into his own net to give Al Ali Benghazi a 2-1 lead 3 minutes before the break. The second half produced more goals, with Eze Ekudoziam and Murphy Nduku cancelling Al Ali Benghazi's lead to pull the score at 3-3 before a heartbreaking stoppage time winner for the host secured a 4-3 first leg result. On the entertainment scene, Nigerian singer David Adeleke, also known as Davido, paused midday into his performance at the Afro Nation Fest in Detroit, United States, to pay tribute to Jane Dolakbo Balogun, the mother of his colleague Wizkid, who died on Friday, August 18th, 2023. Addressing the crowd, Davido said he was no stranger to grief, stressing that he has lost so many loved ones, including his mom, Veronica Adeleke, who died many years ago. He, however, said Wizkid made his mother proud with his musical achievements before she passed on. It's been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM Urue, but before we go, a recap of the major stories. President Bola Tinubu has commenced the inauguration of 45 ministers-designate in Aso Villa. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno has pledged to establish a model primary health care center in Offong, Oruko Local government area. The chapter executive officers of the People's Democratic Party PDP and that of Nung Ward 1, executive members all in Okobo Local government area of Akwa Ibom State, says their attention has been drawn to a purported suspension of the immediate past Deputy Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly and Okobo's instantive political leader, Princess Felicia Bassey. State officer of the party, Mary Nung, acting PDP chapter chairman Mary Simon, and some ward executive members of Nung Ward 1, including ward chairman Elder Imo Efionwo, deputy ward chairman Imabo Oboho, Ward Secretary Christian Titus Martins, and woman leader Patricia Silas Akwa, stressing that the said suspension is ill-advised, miscalculated, and a failed attempt by some desperados who had since lost touch with the PDP in Okobo. On the foreign scene, we told you that China's central bank cut a key interest rate in an attempt to counter the post-COVID growth slowdown in the world's second-largest economy. In sports, reported that Novak Djokovic avenged his Wimbledon final defeat to Carlo Alcaraz by beating the Spaniard in just under 4 hours to win the Cincinnati Open. For comments and coverage of your newsworthy events, call our newsroom on 0812-770-2940. Visit our website on planet101fm.ng and follow us on Twitter at planet_101fm. Also like our Facebook page at Planet 101FM Uyo. The news was edited by Isaiah Udo and Jane Uwa. As we end the news, develop thick skin to shut out negative naysayers. As long as you know you have what it takes to achieve your goals, that is all you would ever need. I am Davina Praise Omang.